Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to dive into a massive shift happening in customer service. We're talking about moving away from this obsession with speed and into a new era where empathy isn't just a nice idea, it's a real, measurable metric for success.
I mean, we've all been there, right? You get on the phone with support, they solve your issue in like 2 minutes flat, but you hang up feeling completely rushed, totally unheard. Yeah, you've got a fast answer, but it didn't feel like help at all. So, what's going on there?
All right, let's get into the root of this. Look, the issue isn't trying to be efficient. The real problem is what we lose when we're just racing against the clock.
And this right here, this slide just nails the disconnect. For years, businesses have been obsessed with stuff like average handle time. Basically, how quickly can an agent get you off the phone? But for us, the customer, that just feels like being rushed, misunderstood, and, ultimately, really unsatisfied.
So when a company is laser-focused on just speed, this huge satisfaction gap opens up. The business checks a box and thinks, great job, but the customer is left feeling lousy. And that gap, that's where customer loyalty goes to die.
Okay, so if speed is the problem, what's the solution? Well, it's about shifting gears and starting to measure what actually matters. Let's get into it.
Now, to be clear, we're not saying efficiency is bad. Not at all. The real solution is a pretty radical shift in what we're paying attention to, and more importantly, what we decide to measure in the first place.
And that brings us to the big idea here, treating empathy as a KPI, a key performance indicator. This is where success isn't defined by a stopwatch, but by the quality of the human connection. Did you feel heard? Did they actually understand your problem? That's the new gold standard.
Okay, I know what you're thinking. Measure empathy? How do you even do that? It's a feeling. And yeah, it sounds a little abstract, but companies are actually building some pretty solid systems to do exactly that.
It really boils down to 3 key steps. First up, training. You can't just expect people to be empathetic. You got to train for it. Think emotional intelligence. Then, second, you bring in new metrics, ones that go way beyond just speed. And finally, you use tech to really listen, to analyze the feeling behind what customers are saying.
And here's what that new toolkit looks like. Removing past timers, now it's about customer satisfaction scores, or CSAT, and the Net Promoter Score. That classic, how likely are you to recommend us question? But we're also digging deeper, analyzing comments and using software to figure out how a customer actually felt during that call.
Right, so we know it's possible, but here's the million-dollar question. Does it actually pay off? Is kindness good for business? And the answer, from all the data we're seeing, is a huge, resounding yes.
I mean, just look at the return on investment here. Yeah, there's an investment up front. You've got agent training, maybe some new software, but the payoff? We're talking higher satisfaction scores, better feedback, and the big one, customers who actually stick around.
And this chart, wow, this is what it looks like in the real world. This is what happens when companies actually train for empathy. They went from a 65% satisfaction rate all the way up to 85%. I mean, come on, that is a night and day difference.
And that 20-point jump, that's not a fluke. The research consistently shows that focusing on empathetic service can boost those customer satisfaction scores by about 20%. Just think about what that does for your business, for keeping customers happy. It's massive.
So, when we put all this together, what are we really looking at for the future of customer care? Well, it means we're finally starting to get that the human touch in business is priceless.
And really, it all comes down to this simple, powerful idea. What gets measured gets managed. It's that simple. For so long, we measured speed, so we got speed. Now, if we start measuring empathy, we'll start managing for a truly better, more human experience.
And this isn't just some fringe idea. It's a real movement that's gaining steam. The source material for this explainer even points to the hashtag Customer Care Day. It's a way for all of us to shout out the brands that really get it right and to push others to step up their game.
So I'll leave you with this one last thought. In a world that's getting more and more automated, that human connection, it's not just a nice little bonus. It's literally the ultimate competitive advantage. It's not a soft skill anymore. It's a hard strategy. And that might just be the most important KPI there is. Thanks so much for tuning in.